Good evening, I'm Alex Redman and welcome. This year's Lionfish Derby wraps up today to a huge turnout. ABC 7's Kate Flexter was there. She has the details.
That's right, Alex. This year's catch was a little smaller than last year, coming into 429 lionfish. But as for the crowd, it was the biggest to date.
241.
One by one, volunteers measured and recorded the height, width, and weight of each and every lionfish, all part of Mote Marine Laboratories' annual Lionfish Derby. The lionfish is an incredibly invasive species, mainly because it has no real predators. But as a predator itself, it's a major threat to Florida's native species and ecosystems. In heavily invaded areas, the lionfish has reduced fish populations by up to 90%.
They're very fast reproducing, they're venomous, and they can eat a lot of native fish. And they've caused some native fish populations to really decrease in invaded areas.
During the Derby, divers try to keep that growing population under control, competing to spear as many of the fish as they can.
Anytime I'm out spearfishing, I'm always looking for a large concentration of lionfish so I can go back and harvest them during a tournament.
And to keep all of that fish from going to waste, local restaurants prepared and served unique dishes featuring the invasive species.
We can't put the lionfish on our menu always because it's a very inconsistent thing with the spear guys. But when we can and we have it on our menus, you know you're cooking something you really feel good about, and that's awesome.
All of the dishes were big hits.
It's a nice white meat and light on the side, so it's really good.
But it was also an opportunity for scientists.
This gives us more specific information. We know these fish are voracious. We know that they eat a wide variety of prey items. Basically anything they can fit into their mouth is what it seems. And nothing is eating them.
Those scientists not only measured the fish, but also studied the DNA content of their stomachs, determining what the lionfish are eating and which species may be in danger.
And by doing this, we'll be able to know how much of what is in the lionfish diet is specifically related to those species that we value the most commercially and recreationally.
This year's total catch was smaller than last. The winning team set the record for largest catch from any one team. Alex?
Thank you, Kate. A happy ending to an early morning call for Wildlife Incorporated. A baby duck fell into a storm drain this morning. Wildlife Inc. says the duckling cried for help while the mother stood by with the rest of her babies. Wildlife Inc. rescuers pulled the grate off the drain and scooped the duckling up with a net. They walked over to the lake with the duckling in hand. Both the mom and the baby swam towards each other to reunite. Now let's go over to meteorologist Steve Newman for an update on the weather. Steve?
Oh, Alex, you know you got to feel great about your job when you do something like that. What a great story. Radar has shown a gradual decrease in showers and thunder showers over the Sunshine State through the evening hours. There's just a couple left, but if we review the last 4 hours, you can see them coming in the interior between Arcadia and central Manatee County, but they pretty much dissipated at this 11 o'clock hour. Currently at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, it's 83 degrees. Our dew point 72, humidity 69. It is still very warm with our feel-like index in the 90s. This afternoon's high was 93, but the heat index was over 100. Last night's low 79, above normal on both counts. A record high 96 set back in 1992. Here's your outlook for the overnight hours, showing temperatures dropping off to about 77 for a low, but it jumps back up very quickly when the sun comes up. We're going to be in the low 90s again tomorrow. The complete forecast and look at the tropics coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Steve. A deadly motorcycle crash on Siesta Key early this morning. Florida Highway Patrol says 35-year-old Cassidy Manchester of Bradenton was riding his bicycle on Ocean Boulevard around 1 this morning. He drifted off the road and collided with the dividing wall. Manchester was taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital, where he later died from his injuries. Today, the Pittsburgh Pirates are honoring the first responders. The Public Safety Day at McKechnie Field is a tribute to all emergency personnel, including police officers, firefighters, deputies, and troopers. Sergeant Phil Waller from the Bradenton Police Department says the event is a great way to get to know the community on a personal level, especially young kids.
We've had a lot of kids. They have a blast seeing the truck and the bike. They have fun talking to us and the other officers here to hear some stories or what they're for, the bike and the SWAT truck here.
Families say the event was an opportunity to spend time together and watch some baseball. A summer camp in Manatee County is devoted exclusively to special needs children. Dream Oaks Camp teaches the kids fun ways to complete everyday tasks while working on different skills like socialization and physical therapy. ABC 7's Erica Jackson shows us the creative ways counselors mix basic learning and fun.
The Dream Oaks Camp in East Manatee County helps children with both intellectual and physical disabilities. In just 1 year, they just about doubled their enrollment, with 23 children in 2015 to 43 in 2016.
My favorite activity is probably anything to do with water, so like the pool and the boat and canoeing.
Sarah Buzansky has been attending Dream Oaks Camp since she was 8 years old. She says Dream Oaks helps her grow in ways that she never thought were possible.
They help us learn to do the activities in innovative ways, so we basically accomplish our goals and dreams that we're not able to achieve outside of camp.
The camp works with Born to Ride and Prospect Riding in Manatee County to provide children with therapeutic horseback riding sessions. All three teams work together to raise money to build wheelchair-bound Sarah an adaptive saddle.
It makes me feel like I'm on top of the world, like I can see the sky. It's the only place I can see the sky.
And the kids think they're horseback riding. Little do they know we're working their core with balance, or they're canoeing and we're working their arms.
Roll the block. Some campers are working on smaller everyday tasks, like learning to make their bed. Counselors work with 1 to 3 children per week to ensure each camper is learning while getting a chance to be themselves.
Every kid deserves to be a kid. They should laugh and play and get paint on them and a little dirt here and there and have these memories.
The ultimate goal of the program is to promote the children's abilities rather than their inabilities. Reporting in East Manatee County, I'm Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Erica. Volleyball players from across the state are here on the Suncoast for another volleyball tournament. The Classic has returned for another weekend of fun. Dig the Beach made a stop on the Suncoast back in May. Players took over Siesta Beach to spike, set, serve, dig, and block. About 160 teams came out Saturday and today for the two-day event, which has grown substantially since it began 15 years ago.
We are the largest tour in all of the Southeast. We're very proud to be able to put something on to support not only beach volleyball, but to give the parents and juniors something different than indoor volleyball, which has been on the market for over 100 years.
Dig the Beach does have some competition, though. There are 5 other beach volleyball tournaments taking place this weekend throughout Florida. Still to come on your Suncoast News, protests continue throughout the U.S. And a look into protests against the recent shootings of black men coming up after the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7.
I was following the law. I was following the Attorney General's opinions. I was trying to listen to my constituents on an issue of public importance.
A commissioner prevails in her Sunshine lawsuit, but an appeal is in the works, and who pays her legal bills? I'm Ray Collins, that in our roundtable discussion.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get America's best value, a new Grand Caravan for just $18,999 or a new Dodge Journey for just $16,999. Stop by today to shop the area's biggest selection of Ram trucks and save up to $8,000 on your new Ram. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
You know what scares me? No electricity. Yeah, when this magical box suddenly stops working, I call the pros at Mr. Sparky and they send a superhero to save the day. How's it going, Pablo?
It's going great, Mike.
Pablo possesses amazing skill. He can perform incredible feats at blinding speed.
Superhero. Couldn't have done it without you.
Modest, too.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Just to be clear, I don't live here.
Tonight, protests against police shootings of black men continue around the country. In Dallas, 5 police officers were killed by a sniper on a revenge spree. For such shootings today, it was revealed the gunman had hoped to do much more damage. And we learned more about the bravery of the Dallas police under fire. The 5 officers killed, the chaos unleashed. Just a fraction of what police say the Dallas sniper was planning.
The suspect had been practicing explosive detonations, and that the materials was such that it was large enough to have devastating effects.
The Dallas police chief saying on CNN, though Micah Johnson claimed he wanted to murder white officers after recent cases of police killing black men, it appears he started preparing for an attack much earlier.
We believe that the deaths in Minnesota and the deaths in Louisiana just sparked his delusion to fast track his plans.
He kept a journal of combat tactics that neighbors say that he was practicing some maneuvers in his yard. The tactics that he espoused in his journal are the tactics that he employed in killing people on Thursday evening.
Shatamia Taylor describes seeing 2 of the officers as they were shot, one calling out to her in his final moments.
He said he has a gun, run.
She was shot in the leg protecting her son and says officers saved both of their lives.
And that officer jumped on top of me and covered me. They had no regard for their own life. They stayed there with us. They surrounded my son and I.
A father and his 9-year-old daughter are recovering after a small plane crash in Florida. Their plane went down into a lake west of Orlando shortly before impact. The pilot radioed that he was having engine problems. The crash was caught on video, showing the single-engine Piper landing on a lake. On board, the 49-year-old pilot and his 9-year-old daughter. Both somehow survived, and the video was taken by 2 fishermen who immediately called 911 and rushed to help.
They actually had just surfaced up, so we got him out of the water. I got the girl, he got the dad. The girl had super bad trauma on her head, and the dad had pretty bad back pain.
The Federal Aviation Administration says the pilot and his daughter were both hospitalized, but there's no word yet on their condition. Algae that's taken over waterways along Florida's Treasure Coast have met its match. A thick green sludge that is destroying wildlife and taking over businesses. A company says they have a solution. A new machine that can process thousands of gallons of water per minute and will eat away the algae that's taking over the waterways.
We destroy very tough bacteria strains as well as algae levels within various types of water. And so we'll be processing roughly 4,000 gallons per minute in this area for the next 2 days.
The company hopes to continue the process throughout the coming days and have a smaller area cleared out. And they hope that the algae will be gone by next week. Investigators are looking into the deaths of dozens of sharks found on the beach in Alabama. Their carcasses were discovered scattered in sand near Mobile this weekend. Some had fishing nets still around them. The group said they counted about 100 of what seems to be black-tip sharks. At first they thought they were washed up ashore, but later noticed that this was no accident.
So we checked the beach next door, and where we found it was just lined with sharks.
Despite those fishing nets, it's still unclear what killed the sharks and how they ended up on the beach. A town in Kansas is trying to get back on its feet after being hit by a tornado. Officials say more than 150 structures in Eureka sustained at least some damage Thursday night. Hundreds of volunteers are working to return the town to normal. And officials say almost all of the tree debris has already been cleared. No one was injured in the tornado, which some people call a miracle.
Well,
I'm wondering how much this weather has on the effect of all of these things that are going on with the environment. Like we have the algae, and now we have these sharks that are dying. Pretty scary stuff.
Pretty scary stuff. Maybe human intervention is involved in some of that. Are you ready for some cool weather?
I'm so ready for it. Are you ready for it? That's the question.
I can't make any promises, but we'll do everything we can in the weather office to bring a return to the afternoon, evening showers and thunder showers that bring our cooling sea breezes and make things more comfortable at night. This is the Casey Key webcam from all day today, from sunrise to sunset, and boy, what a tranquil setting that was. Currently, temperatures across the region still quite warm, 87 at Longboat Key, 85 at Siesta, in the 80s inland, but add the high dew points and the humidity, it is still almost feeling like 100 degrees at Longboat Key, 95 in Siesta. Around Arcadia, where they had some thunder showers in the area, feels a little cooler there, only 86 degrees. The tropics remain quiet across the Atlantic. Look, that wide open, nothing going on there. We had a couple clusters of thunderstorms in the Northeast Caribbean. Didn't have any potential of developing into anything. And this is like uncanny. It's eerily clear across the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico. Typically this time of year we might see something forming, but it's more likely as we move deeper into summer, into August and early part of September, have an increased chance of tropical storms and hurricanes developing. In the Pacific, there is the third storm of the season, Hurricane Celia, off the coast of Mexico, is a Category 1 storm. It's projected to reach Category 2 strength as it moves out to sea, and this little disturbed area behind it could become Tropical Storm Darby if it gets a little more organized. Well, the jet stream that could have triggered those tornadoes last Thursday in Kansas has now shifted to the north. There's a dip in it, bringing unseasonably cool weather at the Pacific Northwest and the northeastern states as well. You can see the showers and thunder showers passing through those areas. Now for us, our weather has been controlled and typically is during the summer months by high pressure, a ridge that stretches from the Atlantic across Florida and into the Gulf. And its strength and the position of the high control whether we get the afternoon, evening showers and thunder showers, because it allows the sea breezes to form. Now, this has been pretty much locked in position for several days, maybe going into a couple of weeks, which is why it's remained humid, sticky, and we haven't had any relief like we typically do during the summer months with the afternoon, evening thunder showers. That could change as the high shifts northward in the next few days, allowing them to develop, move inland during the afternoon, evening, throw down the thunderstorms, outflow boundaries with cooler air, giving us much more comfortable conditions. Let's keep our fingers crossed that sets in by Wednesday. Well, here's the RPM computer forecast model showing not much going on for the next few hours overnight. Dry, maybe some pop-up thunderstorms coming from the Everglades as we saw today and moving in interior areas, but it's just garden variety afternoon stuff, and hopefully we'll see this pattern change come Wednesday. So here are your weather headlines for the week ahead. It's going to remain hot and humid at least for 1 or 2 more days, with those isolated spotty thunderstorms bringing local relief, but we could get wetter and maybe a little bit cooler in the evening by midweek. Out on the bay and open waters, seas will be 2 feet or less. Southwesterly winds 10 knots. Bay and inland waters will have a light chop. And for the saltwater temperature, it was high as 91 today. It's now cooled off to 90, but that's the same air temperature we're going to have for a high temperature at the beach tomorrow. And the UV index remains very high, 12. That's the forecast for tomorrow afternoon, because the sun is like dead overhead because we're so close to the June solstice. Here's my forecast for the remainder of tonight. It'll be partly cloudy and warm. Our low temperature averaging around 76 degrees. The average low would be about 75, and winds turning light overnight. And for tomorrow, a partly sunny day, only a 20% chance of showers in the afternoon. High temperature 94, but the heat index, it's going to feel like 100 or 102, at least for another day or two. Winds westerly 5 to 10 miles an hour. Average high this time of year is 90. Here's the 7-day outlook, and we'll move from only a 20% chance of showers on Monday to 40% Tuesday, and then we're just going to blanket with 50% chance, hopefully with those afternoon showers and thunder showers, cooling things off. Alex?
Thank you, Steve. And sports is next, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7.
I was following the law. I was following the Attorney General's opinions. I was trying to listen to my constituents on an issue of public importance.
A commissioner prevails in her Sunshine lawsuit, but an appeal is in the works, and who pays her legal bills? I'm Ray Collins. That in our roundtable discussion.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. At ABC 7, it's all about being here for you. ABC 7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Alan Cohn. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community with a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers. Plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7. We're here for you. Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan. The temperature is only going up here in Florida, and so is the risk for heat-related illnesses.
Monday on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll show you the symptoms to be on the lookout for heat stroke and how to prevent it. Wendy?
And there's the possibility we'll start to see some rain coming back in our forecast, and we sure could use it.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
On the Suncoast.
And across America, the news you care about
is on your Suncoast News at 5.
And ABC World News Tonight at 6:30.
People you trust. Scott Dennis, Haley Wilkes, David Muir.
First, the Suncoast.
And then the world.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Now, sports.
Are things ever going to get better for the Rays? Because it doesn't seem that way. The Red Sox took the lead in the first with 3 runs, 2 of them coming from a 2-run homer off Jake Odorizzi. Boston adding another run in the second, once again off Odorizzi. Red Sox pitcher having quite a day on the mound, striking out 10 batters and allowing no runs. Boston sweeps the series, taking the win in all 4 games. British tennis star Andy Murray does it again. He won in straight sets to claim his 2nd Wimbledon title. The win earns him his 3rd Grand Slam title. Murray spent the afternoon celebrating. He showed off his trophy on a balcony, raising it up, showing it to the crowds below, and kissing his hard-earned trophy. Across the pond, the British Grand Prix, a summer race, got soaked when torrential rain drenched the track. But it wasn't a complete washout. Drivers followed the safety car for the first 5 laps. When they were allowed to race, Lewis Hamilton took off, but what went on behind him was far more interesting. A real dogfight between 2 drivers for 2nd place, but it was Hamilton's day. He was cheered on by more than 100,000 fans, and he made sure to celebrate with them. Hamilton is the first driver in history to win 3 consecutive British Grand Prix. Since Jim Clark, that was in the 1960s. Golfer Dustin Johnson says he'll skip the upcoming Summer Olympics next month over concerns over the Zika virus. This makes the 32-year-old U.S. Open champion the first American to withdraw from the Rio Games over Zika. In a statement, Johnson says he and his fiancée, Paulina Gretzky, plan to have more children in the near future, and he feels it would be irresponsible to put himself and his family at risk. Gretzky is the daughter of hockey legend Wayne Gretzky. The Zika virus is transmitted by mosquitoes and can lead to birth defects in babies. Still more to come on your Suncoast News, so stay with us. We'll be right back after this short break.
On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC7, your Suncoast News on Fire TV. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC7, your Suncoast News on the go. Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Staying hydrated is key to beating this oppressive heat. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. Dr. Jenny is here to talk about how to make the water you drink work better for your body. One way to beat the heat is in the air conditioning at the family-friendly Summer Circus Spectacular at the Ringling. We'll have a preview, plus the latest trends in engagement rings. And Gold Rush Barbecue joins us in the kitchen.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you. Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery. ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
After 3 straight weeks on top, Finding Dory has been outfished by a group of land-based animals. The Secret Life of Pets is the new #1 this weekend at the box office. The animated comedy by Universal Pictures debuted with more than $103 million in ticket sales. That's the largest opening ever for an original film not based on previous source material. Legend of Tarzan came in second place with $20.6 million. It barely edged out Finding Dory, which earned third place with a $20.4 million draw. Unbelievable. I can't believe that actually beat The Secret Life of Pets actually beat
That's the one I want to see.
Finding Dory.
It looks
I
like it's
know.
going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's great. I know that my dogs probably put on the rock and roll when I leave the house because I definitely put on the opera on low and then I leave and I try to get out of there. But anyway, so we got a week of warm weather yet.
Yes, it's been great working with you all weekend long.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And we're going to hopefully have a change in our weather in the next few days, bringing in a cooler afternoon, evening showers and thunder showers on a sea breeze, upping our rain chances to 50%. I like that when it cools off in the evening.
It's fabulous. And we'll be back in the morning with Good Morning Suncoast. Don't forget, that's 5 a.m. We'll see you then. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.